Hello everyone, Ruhi Çenet here. We are in Burundi, which has been chosen as per the analysis reports of the World Bank, IMF and many other official institutions as the poorest country in the world almost every year in the last 62 years. The country has a population of approximately 12.5 million and its people live in such great poverty that it is also known as the unhappiest country in the world, and the annual income of the average working citizen is approximately $180. Although the unemployment rate in the country is not known, 1 out of every 3 people is thought to be unemployed. Imagine that if you are lucky to be able to work day and night, your monthly salary is only $15 and you have to support a family of 8. Welcome to the world's poorest and unhappiest country. When we landed at Bujumbura International Airport, the only airport in the country with asphalt runway, we were very surprised when we looked at the information display. They were using the demo version of the operating system to avoid paying a fee. At the scene of an accident that we saw on our way to the hotel, a group of children were standing around the dog that had been hit by a car.
To eat him.
The Republic of Burundi, the heart of Africa, is located in the Great Rift Valley, where East Africa meets the African Great Lakes. The surface area of the country is only 27,834 km², although almost everyone is engaged in agriculture. For this reason, this geography, which has many mountainous areas, is unfortunately not enough to feed 12.5 million people. The most populous city, Bujumbura, has a population of 380,000 people. We are in the Buterere district in the center. The first striking detail is that there are children everywhere. The kids of the neighborhood are busy fishing. 65% of the country's population is under the age of 25 and 45% is under the age of 15. Only 3% are 65 years old or older. They don't have many toys to play with. There are children spinning a tire with a stick, playing board games with beer caps, making toy cars out of plastic bottles, and playing football with a hollow tire. According to the United Nations data published 10 years ago, the average life expectancy of the people was about 49 years. Since only 7.6% of the population have access to electricity, there are phone charging points in many neighborhoods. Although the year 2021 is behind, most people in this country still do not use smartphones. Even the informational footages on the airplanes show images of old technologies. We are in a rice field in Buterere. Here are the farmers that try to feed Bujumbura city.
This is the place Bujumbura gets the rice from.
About 86% of the country consists of rural areas like this one. Almost 90% of the entire population's job is farming. We are on the move to see the home of an average farmer in the poorest country in the world, where almost everyone is a farmer. Let's go. We are fine. There are homeless people who have no choice but to get wet when it rains. We see a child taking a shower, taking advantage of the rainwater.
We can get in the house.
This is their house?
Yeah, this
just one room?
There are 8 people living in this house. It means 80 children, 2 parents. This is their bed, this one.
So they just, spread it and sleep on it.
And they sleep on it. So they have another one, this is for children. So 80 children sleep on this.
Oh.
They took it from the garbage there.
These old 8 children belongs to her?
8 children belong to her.
Yeah. What is his name? How old is John?
He's 58.
He's a farmer.
How much does he earn per month?
Oh yeah.
How old is the eldest son? What does he do now?
He has gone to garbages to collect different things.
Thank you for your time. What does he want to say to the camera?
In the name of Jesus,
John, who plants beans, is trying to take care of his family on a revenue of $10 a month. And all 10 members of the family sleep on the floor in the same room. They do not even have electricity in their homes. But John's situation is still better than the most other people we will be seeing shortly. It is possible to come across people everywhere in Burundi, which is the second most densely populated country in Africa. There are 451 people per 1 square kilometer, and more than 70% of these people live below the poverty line. 1 out of every 20 people dies from malnutrition or starvation. Currently, $1 is equivalent to approximately 2,000 Burundian francs. However, it is almost impossible to buy dollars at this price. One can provide some dollars from the black market, and $1 is converted to about 3,000 Burundian francs. So according to this, their most valuable banknote, 10,000 francs, is about $3.3. As today's technology is lacking in Burundi, the jobs that exist in other countries don't exist here. We are on our way to conduct interviews with professionals from various classes of society, including policemen or carpenter. A person who owns a bicycle is considered to have a profession in Burundi. These people try to hold on to life by carrying the products from the farmers to the markets. How far does he carry this load?
1 ton, they might go and get back around 9 hours. They went at 4 a.m.
They are barefoot, they don't feel pain in their feet.
In fact, they are taking them from another province, countryside. They earn 3,000 per day, approximately 90 cents.
They earn good then compared to the other guys.
Yeah, but they work hard. Imagine riding from one province to another, lot of kilometers, many hours. They also pay tax for that.
Bare feet, torn clothes. These cyclists, who have to take care of a family with many children by earning 90 cents a day, risk their lives by traveling sometimes 100 to 150 kilometers between cities for 10 to 12 hours every day. 200 kilograms load pushes bikes down at a speed of 70 to 80 kilometers per hour. Failure of the brakes against sudden pedestrians, vehicles or road bands, or tire bursts can lead to terrible results. In the struggle for survival, people pushing their bikes uphill hold on to back of passing trucks to save energy and time. Some cyclists, on the other hand, cannot find something to hold on. They hang on the bike in front and the accidents are inevitable. According to the Highway Authority, there are about 12,000 kilometers of roads in Burundi, but only 14% of it is asphalt. There are people washing their bikes in the puddle of mud that formed after the rain. Some people dry their rain-soaked clothes on an electrical transmission tower on the street because they don't have a home. We are at the meeting and eating point of cyclists on a highway. What is that?
This is sweet potato, 100 Burundian francs.
How much does she earn per month?
5,000 Burundian francs, which is around $1.5.
How does she, get by?
And there are kids that are helping them selling mushrooms and whatever. The husband abandoned her.
Does she have any children who passed away?
Yeah, 1 kid, 3 years. Egg is 500. The benefit for 1 egg is 100.
How much is one bowl?
1 plate is 500. They earn 2,000 per day. So they use 1,000 for food. They save 1,000 to pay the rent at the end of the month.
They usually consume potatoes and beans as their food sources of energy are very limited. Begging is very common among people, whether they have a job or not. Some people from an early age seek help as soon as they see a foreigner. Our car has broken again. People just ask money from us. The tree prevented the car from falling off the cliff. Look.
Oh my sweet.
Those who do not own a bicycle carry the bananas or other loads on their heads day and night to earn 50 cents a day, sometimes walking barefoot and transport them from the villages to cities kilometers away. These lives who walk from one city to another on foot exhaust their bodies and health on these roads. At their last stop, Bujumbura City Market, most products are sold directly from the farmer as there is not enough technology to process or package the products. Hello.
You know, these are the people who transport for other people. Like we can get 1,000.
Really?
Yeah.
In this market, which is the largest shopping center in the country, there is not much except food. They call this place Kotebu. Some people don't like the camera here, they're not used to it. This place is full of people. We are on our way to Gitega, the country's second largest city and capital with a population of 135,000.
See you guys.
If we can take a limited time, not more than 5 minutes. Yeah. So that it may not cause troubles.
Political turbulence reigns in every corner of the country. Our driver is wearing a jacket today and has a Bible on the front console of the car to skip the police checkpoints. Police checkpoints here starts with a stretched rope across. According to our guide, these people are from the youth branches of the leading party and they block the road to do identity checks. Our driver presents the documents at the checkpoint to the police, but they say that our car will be towed away since there's a crack in the windshield. The driver calmly negotiates with the police and pays a bribe of 5,000 Burundian francs, which is about $1.6.
This phone with camera. Which one you know?
Akira.
He sows the roads.
How much does he earn a month? I think we should help him.
I want to say something. Thank you. This is the investment you give me. I will buy 2 woods so that my job continues.
How much does he earn per month?
$10.
And he carries people.
Motor taxi.
We took one of the police officers in the car to understand how they, who are civil servants, make both ends meet when they don't ask any bribes. How much does a post officer earn a month?
It is around $14.
But you know, they also get revenue from, you know, unofficial pays, bribe money.
They just get the money to drink beer. They don't get a lot from it.
How many hours do they work per day? Our driver pulled over as the Prime Minister and his convoy was passing by. He says out of respect it is forbidden to move the vehicle as the convoys pass by. Imagine a list of needs for a family of 8 people will consume for a month, but the head of the family earns only an average of 50,000 Burundian francs per month. 1 liter of milk is 5,500. 1 liter of sunflower oil is 9,000. 170 milliliter shampoo is 8,000. 1 kilogram of sugar is 8,500. 1.5 liter of water is 1,500. Even this list, which does not yet include vegetables or meat products, is far above the purchasing power of a family. 1 piece of chocolate is 2,500. 1 pack of biscuits is 2,000. 1 Red Bull is 6,500. 750 grams of chocolate hazelnut is 18,000. 1 liter of olive oil is 29,000. As you see, they don't keep the meat in refrigerators here.
Like this one, all of this is 2,000.
What about watermelon?
4,000.
Put the camera down. An average Burundian has to work for approximately 230 years without spending any money to earn the full annual salary of an average US citizen. They are relying on human muscles here. He keeps throwing the bricks upstairs. These bricks, which will be used in the construction of a new house, are made of a muddy mixture without undergoing any firing process. Just 100 meters ahead and in the middle of the street, a man is fainting, probably due to starvation. It is heartbreaking to see this child who has no arms trying to carry his sibling. We can't help but wonder what kind of job this kid will do to survive when he will be 20 or 30 years old. We are now in school. Most of these children will most likely be employed instead of continuing their education. Only 32% of students in the country complete their secondary education. Less than 1% of the population attend university. The only state university in the country is University of Burundi. What are the dreams of the students?
They believe that attending the school to become great people in the future.
What they want to become when they get old? You're seeing children returning from their school. How long do they walk?
He walked for an hour.
And now kids just doing. What about the other ones?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
There are some who go for 2 hours.
Just to go home, 2 hours.
Yes.
Those who do not have a bag carry their books tucked into their clothes. These young people drenched in white that we saw passing by are producing cassava flour, which has plenty of starch in its roots.
So you see, this is the flowers for cassava. We have what we call ugali. Ugali is cassava bread.
They make bread out of this?
Yeah, out of this. They earn per month less than 20,000 Burundian francs. Is less than $10.
How many hours do they work? Where do they stay?
Mubahe. Yes. They sleep here.
Quanto Igura? 30,000.
30,000 years old.
We came to the carpenter. He's the one who is making
his doors, cupboards and something else.
We stop at the traffic jam and peddlers keep coming one after the other.
The two of them, I buy it for 2,000.
How much is a piece?
A piece is 1,000. They produce palm oil.
They throw the palm cores in the machine, separate the oil from the core, then they fill these pools with oil, cook them to purify. We see their uses as a food and also as a material to make soaps. Shop owners' budgets are not high enough for professional advertising. That's why they get help from local painters. They use these to promote the brand instead of shop signs. The most basic needs in the country are in the hands of monopolized companies. There is only one company producing sugar, coffee or cement, and these factories are surrounded by 3 to 4 meter high walls. Since the majority of the people live in the rural areas, we travel outside the cities to the villages to see the average welfare. We are doing some shopping to reduce the burden of the villagers who are in very bad conditions. We are buying enough cassava flour to feed 30 people for only $15. Saturdays are public cleaning days in the country. With the encouragement of the government, Burundians are sweeping the streets and cleaning the city today. In the city cemetery just outside Bujumbura, we see with all its striking details that class distinction continues even after life. You're seeing a rich person's cemetery behind me. This lady has bought private space for herself and no one can trespass here. These are for the middle class and these are for poor people. Police just stopped us. He's taking us somewhere. He says it is prohibited to film here and we can go to jail for that. After taking $50 from our pocket, he gives back our passport and goes away. On December 7, 2021, just 1 week after the police threatened to put us in Gitega prison, a fire broke out in this prison and 38 prisoners came to a bad end in that fire. According to statistics, Burundi is the 3rd worst country in the world in fire-related accidents. How old is she? This is like so small, you know?
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of mosquitoes here. Many mosquitoes here. And these are leftover food?
Yeah.
Where does she sleep?
It is here. She put something here and sleep.
From this side to this side?
Yeah.
With her 4 children.
Her husband died, then 3 other children died, so she remains with 1 boy.
Can she survive with the money that she gets from begging?
In fact, she begs food, not money.
So like these are the stuff that she got from begging, right?
Yes.
There's
corn over there.
and some banana there. So this is her food for today.
Just enough, yeah.
Let's give one more.
More?
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, enough.
How old is he?
No, he don't know yet.
He doesn't know how old he
He
is.
don't know yet.
This is where he sleeps
Yes.
and where he cooks.
Yeah. It is the same place.
So these are his entire clothes.
These are his clothes.
He cooks here. He has some woods there. You're seeing some pots and pans. He has only one pair of shoes. His clothes are cluttered. You may be wondering how many pieces of clothing are in his wardrobe. The fact is he doesn't even have a wardrobe. This is this gentleman's living space and life conditions.
This is his son.
What does he do for a living?
He brings food for cows.
Still does he have bicycle?
No, he carries.
He went to begging. This shelter could be the home of the poorest person of the poorest country in the world. In other countries, farmers may use this kind of place for their animals, but people here actually accept shelters like this one. You're seeing the home of a woman that is trying to survive as a beggar. This is the entire space. She is defenseless when it rains. You can see holes in the wall. There are sacks, plastic bags and brushwoods here to form a wall structure. Many people here lose their lives due to starvation. The ones who survive live like this in the villages. So, how many kids do people usually have?
6.
So how many kids does she have? Like,
So she's not sure of her kids, how many they are.
she doesn't know.
She thinks they were 6 because they all went away. She doesn't know.
Does she sell what she cultivates?
No, we just cultivate for eating.
Here people have stopped trying to make money since the economic infrastructure in the country is not functional enough. They do shopping by bartering things they grow instead of using money. Does she know in which year we are at?
Murazi umwaka turimo.
Oya.
She don't know.
They don't, even the young person?
No.
They don't even, carry money, right? They don't even aware of the currencies.
They don't even have information on what is happening. Their job is to cultivate and eat what they cultivate.
Many things have been planted. Villagers here do not wait for the land to fallow and rest. Instead, they keep planting as they are very hungry. This is the only way people can eat something. Maybe these sweet corns are growing 2 times slower than normal. Factors like this add a new one to their hunger problem.
So this is his wife. No,
Let's see together. We are with a young family. Do they have kids?
They have 1 kid.
Where is he? Where is the kid?
Baramuhetse. On the back.
Can you show? Ah, how beautiful, huh? Samuel is 16 years old, has never been to school and is already looking after a family of 3. They don't have a toilet here. They do it outside. This is the kitchen. They use this place to cook. This water is to be used while cooking dinner. He has only one casual outfit. He wears this one every day. He says he has one more clean outfit, but he only wears that while praying. What is his religion?
Christian.
According to known official data, 20% of the female population in the country is forced to get married before the age of 18. The Burundians, who see children as a blessing, have an average of 5.5 children per woman. It is also quite common for some men from the previous generation to have 25 or 30 children from more than one woman. Burundi, where protein is not consumed in sufficient quantities, is the 3rd country in the world that consumes the least meat in proportion to the population according to the United Nations data. The second least meat-eating country is India, and the first one is Bangladesh, and vegetarianism is very common in these countries. According to the same report, the average daily meat per person is only 14 grams, and meat is about only 2% of total food consumption. The lack of important nutritional sources such as iron, vitamin A, iodine, and zinc causes IQ loss and deficit of physical growth and development. Anemia is also very common in this society. According to analysis of the World Food Program, 1 out of every 5 children loses their life before reaching the age of 5 due to these reasons. According to the World Health Organization, in Burundi there is only 1 doctor for every 35,000 people. 2 million people living here have never been to a hospital in their life. We're going to downhill now, returning to Bujumbura. Our driver always keeps one hand on the handbrake as he does not trust the brakes of the car. Very dangerous. After waiting in a long queue, we buy petrol at 80 cents per liter. That is 2,400 francs. Today, a state of chaos prevails in the city. Using a single bicycle for transportation, a family of 4 is on their way to attend the church service on Sunday. We are at one of the Sunday services organized by a church. It is one of the activities where the public socializes easily. Approximately 84% of the population is Christian, 2.5% is Muslim, and the rest believe in a goddess called Imana, which is a part of their old religious beliefs or do not believe in any religion. You will now hear the traditional Burundian music. They will also dance. This song in their own language, Kirundi, was once used to summon the enemy to combat. The Kingdom of Burundi became part of German East Africa in 1890 and it was later transferred to Belgium after Germany's defeat in World War I. The Belgian government, which has made its presence felt in all areas, had introduced ethnic discrimination starting from 1933 and artificially created different classes by distributing identity cards to the people according to the determined physical characteristics. In terms of demographic structure, 85, 14 and the remaining 1% of the population consist of different lineages.
The one who brought independence, he was killed here while he was in the meeting of independence. He was killed by Belgium.
Do people here hate Belgium because Belgium is,
No, we don't hate them because first of all, they educated us. We use their educational system. Everything officials, we copy Belgium. And that's why we even speak French. They are our colonizer and we take them as our tutor.
Although the Belgian abuse that lasted until July 1st, 1962 ended in official record and Burundi declared its independence, it has become mandatory for the people to carry an identity card showing their tribal origin, and this conflict, which continued until 2005, has ended the lives of approximately 300,000 people in this country. People consider themselves lucky as the Belgians have brought Christianity here. A famous African proverb says, when the missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible and we had the land. They said, let's pray. We closed our eyes. When we opened them, we had the Bible and they had the land. In addition to children who have lost their parents due to unfortunate events that occurred in the past or due to AIDS, there are many children abandoned by their families due to economic instability. According to the SOS Children's Village organization, the orphan population in the country today is 610,000. That is 5% of the total population of the country. All these orphans are usually pushed to work. An important number of them are forced for inappropriate matters, and some are sold like stuff. According to official research of the US Department of State, some Burundian kids are brought to one of Uganda's poor regions, Karamoja, and compelled into forced agricultural labor and inappropriate works. In 2020, the government and civil society reported traffickers sold children at markets in the eastern region of Karamoja for about 50,000 Ugandan shillings, that is roughly $15. Just a month ago, on January 5th, 2022, a team of operatives of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons and the Department of State Services rescued a middle-aged Burundian woman and her 3 children from being sold. Adakoya Vincent, a spokesperson for the national agency, said the woman Sineremera Bizimena and her 3 children, Murveneza Macy, Akimina Battle and Unviza Collins, were freed from a mud house. Their travel documents and other belongings were confiscated. Victims from Burundi, Kenya and South Sudan usually get transited Uganda en route to other countries, notably the Middle East region. According to this year's data, in Burundi, which is the 4th country with the lowest internet access in the world, only 13% of the people can access the internet. Despite all the negatives, the motto of the country is unity, work and development. The red color on the flag represents the struggle for freedom, the green represents hope for the future, and white represents peace. The three stars in the middle represent the communities living in the country. Although recently banned not to trigger revolt, one of the public's activities is jogging, organized under permission. The most popular sport is football. The biggest dream of some young people here is to be transferred to a football club abroad. On the other hand, the list of those who went to Europe to compete on an athlete visa and did not return to the home country is quite long. A similar incident occurred in 2011 when all the players of a Senegalese club did not take the field in Paris, where they went for a game and scattered around France illegally. This lake is the second deepest lake in the world, and people come here for swimming. As you can see, there are some garbages in water, so it is not very ideal place to swim, but also there are many crocodiles, so it is not a good idea. The inhabitants of the towns on the shores of Lake Tanganyika are engaged in fishing. Located a few kilometers away from the city center, the most popular beach in the country, Saga Beach, is a beach on the shore of Lake Tanganyika, and a few decades ago it was home to a crocodile named Gustav, which is thought to have eaten around 300 people and weighed 1 ton. Gustav, who was very fond of hunting people, sometimes did not eat the people he caught and left the lifeless bodies on the surface of the water.
12 meters.
Oh.
It's used to eat a lot of people.
They get into these coffin-like boats. These are called bato, and these boats look very primitive. Water is leaking through it. There are patches on them.
Yeah.
One guy catches around 30 fish.
Yes.
How much does he earn per month?
They earn more than 100 a month. People who fish, they actually earn a lot of money.
Why does not more people join them?
Some people think that maybe they are not skilled enough.
Are there any crocodiles in this lake?
Yes. Yeah, they are crocodiles. This is the size.
This is the size of an average crocodile.
Yeah.
Are there any people who lost their lives when fishing?
So they lost their lives falling, and it is deep.
Experienced fishermen can determine the spot of danger with the help of bubbles that rise to the surface. Crocodiles that know how humans taste hide in the water. They can sometimes target fishermen when they see their boats. People are trying to make ends meet in tough ways, and we are here to take a peek at their life for a very short time. We are going further on the lake. This guy will fish. As you see, our bateau is taking water. We constantly have to drain this water. This boat will probably be underwater if someone doesn't drain the water for a week. This is a routine process and very hard. They say there are many crocodiles here, but even the children are used to this lifestyle. It is an ordinary day for them, and this is the way they survive. Life is hard to earn here. Although it is not very well known, Lake Tanganyika, which is of great importance, has about 16% of the world's freshwater reserve. It also holds the title of the second deepest lake in the world. Now that the drinking water shortage is at the doorstep of mankind, and it has 16% of the world's freshwater volume, it can be widely exploited in the next few decades. Burundi's main export products are coffee, tea, cotton, potatoes, beans, cassava flour, corn and bananas. The countries where these products are sold are Belgium, China, Uganda, Kenya, Saudi Arabia and India. Although Burundi is located close to the equator, it has a slightly humid climate due to its high altitude. The average temperature throughout the year does not change much, and it is around 24 degrees Celsius. The country experiences the rainy season twice a year, between September to November and February to May. While the mountainous terrain and increasing number of trees cut down have made the country vulnerable to flood disasters, many Burundian homes have been destroyed due to the increasing number of floods in recent years, and their farms, which are their source of income, have been ruined. In the city of Gatumba, the people have lost 90% of their belongings due to the flood in April 2020. The country is like a tree that loses its leaves month after month. People here are hoping that spring will come, but at the heart of Africa, humanity hasn't come out of problems yet. In this documentary, we got to know the world's poorest country and its people. We witnessed the desperation story of a society accustomed to hunger. You can learn more about the sources that we use for the preparation of this documentary with the links in the description box. A big surprise is awaiting us all in the next stop, which is Uganda. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel with this button. so you don't miss it. Ruhi Çenet was here.